5 ways to stay calm. In arguments, control your emotions. Stoic philosophy. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. This timeless quote by Confucius perfectly captures the essence of today's discussion. Have you ever found yourself in the middle of an argument, overwhelmed as your emotions take control? It's a moment we've all experienced, but here's the truth. Staying calm is not a matter of chance. It's a skill you can cultivate. In today's video on Stoic in Your Life, we'll uncover 5 powerful Stoic strategies to help you remain calm and in control during heated discussions, no matter the circumstances. These tools will not only transform the way you handle conflict, but also bring clarity, balance, and confidence to your daily life. So which strategy resonates with you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and share how you navigate tough conversations. Let's learn from each other. And don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to guide your personal growth and happiness. Number 1. Calmness is a choice. Arguments often ignite a cascade of intense emotions. Your pulse quickens, your breath becomes shallow, and the words rushing to your lips seem unstoppable, as if you're at the mercy of your own feelings. This physical and emotional whirlwind can easily create the illusion that you are powerless, swept along by forces you cannot control. But the reality is, calmness is always a choice that requires awareness and discipline, yet one that is firmly within your grasp. Modern Stoicism, with its timeless wisdom, underscores this vital truth. No matter how turbulent the external world becomes, your inner response is yours to command. This foundational insight speaks directly to the heart of what it means to remain calm amid conflict. The recognition that while external events like heated arguments may challenge you, your reaction is entirely your responsibility. In the chaos of an argument, the first and most powerful tool at your disposal is the ability to pause. When emotions are surging, a pause, even just a few seconds, creates a space for clarity to emerge. A simple and effective way to practice this is through mindful breathing. Take 3 slow, deliberate breaths. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds, hold that breath for another 4 seconds, and then exhale gently for 4 seconds. This deliberate breathing pattern signals your body to shift out of its fight or flight mode, reducing the physiological stress response. It's not just about calming your nerves. It's about giving your mind the clarity to rise above the situation. As Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, taught, it is not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. By managing your breath, you begin the process of managing your mind. This brief pause also offers an opportunity for reflection. Ask yourself a simple but profound question. What truly matters in this moment? Often, arguments devolve into battles of ego, where the desire to win overshadows the greater goal of preserving peace, understanding, or mutual respect. Shifting your focus from proving a point to maintaining your composure reframes the entire encounter. It allows you to approach the situation not as an adversary, but as someone seeking resolution. Calmness doesn't mean conceding the argument. It means engaging from a place of strength and rationality, rather than from raw emotion. When you choose calmness, you send a signal, not just to yourself but to those around you, that you are in control of your emotions, not a captive to them. The Stoics often compared emotions to waves crashing against the shore, powerful, unpredictable, but always temporary. An argument might feel like a raging storm, but even the most ferocious waves eventually subside, leaving the calm and steady ground beneath. When you refuse to be swept away by the tide of emotions, you find that your inner peace remains intact, unshaken by the external turbulence. This is not passivity, it's resilience. It's choosing to anchor yourself in rational thought, rather than being tossed about by fleeting impulses. Seneca, another great Stoic thinker, offers this wisdom. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. By keeping your calm, you protect not only your peace, but also your ability to act wisely and effectively. Practicing calmness in arguments is a skill, and like any skill, it requires consistent effort. At first, you may falter, reacting impulsively or struggling to find that pause. But with time and intentional practice, the act of choosing calmness becomes second nature. When faced with conflict, remember that the strongest person is not the one who shouts the loudest or delivers the most cutting remark, but the one who maintains their composure. This discipline, central to modern Stoicism, transforms your perspective. You no longer see arguments as battles to be won, but as opportunities to cultivate mastery over your own mind and emotions. By embodying this principle, you not only improve your relationships but also strengthen the foundation of your character. The power to stay calm in the face of conflict lies within you. Calmness is not an absence of emotion, but a mastery of it. It is the deliberate choice to rise above the chaos and act with purpose rather than react impulsively. As you navigate the challenges of daily life, whether in personal relationships, work conflicts, or unexpected disagreements, let this principle of modern Stoicism guide you. Control your mind, and you control your destiny. By doing so, you cultivate not only inner peace, but also a sense of strength that no external argument can ever shake. Number 2. Listen more than speak. In the heat of an argument, the instinct to speak over someone or rush to defend yourself often feels overwhelming. But what if the true secret to staying calm and gaining control lies not in your words, but in your silence? Stoic philosophy offers a profound insight here: the art of listening. It may sound counterintuitive, but when emotions flare, intentional listening becomes a powerful tool to diffuse tension and shift the dynamic of the conversation. Imagine this for a moment. Instead of escalating the situation with sharp retorts, you pause, tune in, and truly hear the other person. What could happen? Would the outcome change? These moments of mindful listening hold the potential to transform conflict into connection. Arguments often resemble a battle of egos, where both sides aim to speak louder or faster, desperate to make their points heard. However, interrupting or reacting impulsively often backfires, leaving both parties more frustrated. It signals that you're not paying attention, and nothing fuels conflict more than feeling unheard. Instead, consider this. What if, like a skilled dance partner, you stayed present, matching the rhythm of the conversation rather than forcing your own steps? This doesn't mean passively waiting for your turn to speak. It means actively engaging with the other person's words and emotions. Listening allows you to address the root of the problem instead of reacting to surface-level frustration. A modern example of this comes to mind: a heated family debate over a misunderstood text message. Sarah, feeling hurt by what she perceived as a dismissive reply from her brother James, confronted him at a family dinner. As voices rose and accusations flew, James decided to try something different. Instead of defending himself or firing back, he calmly said, "Sarah, I feel like you're upset because you think I don't value your time. Can you tell me more about how you feel?" The room went silent. His reflective listening, a technique where you paraphrase or summarize what the other person says, broke through the tension. It showed Sarah he was genuinely trying to understand her perspective. This simple act shifted the tone of their argument and led to a deeper, more meaningful conversation. Have you ever been in a similar situation? What might have changed if you had listened more intently? Reflective listening is one of the Stoic secrets to maintaining emotional balance during arguments. By restating what the other person says, you show that you're engaged without necessarily agreeing. For example, if someone accuses you of neglecting their feelings, you might respond, "It seems like you feel unappreciated in our relationship. Is that how you feel?" This not only validates their emotions but also opens the door for a calmer discussion. Importantly, listening isn't just about the words. It's about how you listen. Body language plays a crucial role. Open your posture, maintain soft eye contact, and nod occasionally to signal that you're present. These nonverbal cues create a sense of safety and encourage the other person to lower their defenses. But let's be clear, listening doesn't mean you have to agree. It means respecting the other person's humanity enough to give them space to be heard. This is the essence of Stoicism, focusing on what you can control, which is your response, not the outcome of the argument. By choosing to listen rather than react, you reclaim your composure and set a tone of mutual respect. Think of Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, who said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." How often do we let our need to be right rob us of that strength? Could stepping back and listening bring you closer to the peace you seek? The next time you find yourself in an argument, resist the urge to speak first. Pause. Listen. Reflect. Ask yourself, what is this person truly trying to communicate? By choosing listening as your first step, you not only gain clarity but also create an opportunity for resolution that might have otherwise been lost. This approach, rooted in Stoic secrets, reminds us that arguments aren't about winning, they're about understanding. And in understanding, we find connection, growth, and the ability to remain calm even in the face of discord. Number 3, see it as collaboration. Arguments are often perceived as intense standoffs where one person's victory comes at the expense of another's defeat. However, this adversarial mindset can deepen conflicts, erode trust, and overshadow opportunities for meaningful resolution. By shifting your perspective to view arguments as opportunities for collaboration rather than confrontation, you can transform discord into understanding. When tensions rise, consciously choose to see the other person not as an opponent, but as a partner working toward a shared solution. This subtle shift from a me versus you dynamic to a we mentality can diffuse conflict and steer the discussion toward resolution rather than escalation. Marcus Aurelius, the revered Stoic philosopher, captured the essence of this approach with his timeless advice: be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. His words remind us that in arguments, humility and empathy are far more valuable than ego and the need to win. Modern Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in maintaining emotional balance and prioritizing understanding over dominance. For instance, consider a conversation about punctuality. Instead of accusatory language like, "You're always late," try adopting a collaborative tone. How can we work together to make sure we're on time? This small change in framing shifts the focus from blame to problem solving, fostering mutual respect and reducing defensiveness. Finding common ground is another critical element of collaborative conflict resolution. Even when opinions diverge, identifying shared values or goals can serve as a unifying anchor. For example, an argument about household chores can devolve into unproductive scorekeeping. Who does more, who does less, if the focus remains on individual grievances. Instead, reframing the discussion around a shared desire for fairness and a clean, organized home creates a foundation for compromise. When both parties recognize their mutual goals, they're more likely to approach the issue with a sense of teamwork and fairness, leading to solutions that work for everyone. Another cornerstone of effective collaboration in conflict is addressing specific behaviors rather than attacking the person. Personal attacks such as "you're lazy" or "you never care" can escalate the situation by making the other person feel attacked and defensive. Instead, focus on how the behavior affects you and invite cooperation. A statement like, "I feel overwhelmed when the chores pile up. Can we figure out a way to share the responsibilities better?" conveys your feelings without assigning blame. It also keeps the conversation centered on finding a constructive solution. Language plays a powerful role in shaping the dynamics of an argument. By carefully choosing words that emphasize partnership, you set the stage for a more productive exchange. For instance, switching from "you" statements to "we" statements, like replacing "you never listen to me" with "how can we improve our communication," creates an atmosphere of collaboration. It signals to the other person that you're not trying to win the argument at their expense, but rather aiming to resolve the issue together. Modern Stoicism encourages us to view challenges, including conflicts, as opportunities for growth. Arguments are no exception. When approached with patience and a commitment to understanding, disagreements can foster deeper connections and mutual respect. Rather than seeing the situation as an obstacle to be overcome, consider it a moment to practice virtues like patience, empathy, and self-restraint. In this way, even conflict becomes a chance to improve both your character and your relationships. Seeing arguments as collaboration not only calms the emotional storm, but also transforms these moments into opportunities for connection and growth. Life is not a zero-sum game, and neither are disagreements. As the Stoics teach, the measure of a person is not how often they win an argument, but how gracefully they navigate conflict and how deeply they cultivate harmony with those around them. By adopting this collaborative approach and applying the wisdom of modern Stoicism to your interactions, you can turn even the most challenging disagreements into platforms for shared understanding, mutual respect, and lasting solutions. What's your favorite way to stay calm during an argument? Let us know in the comments by choosing one of these simple responses. Pause and breathe, listen and reflect, or focus on collaboration. Your thoughts could inspire someone else to handle their next conflict with more clarity and patience. Don't miss the rest of the video. There's so much more to discover, and the final 2 tips promise to bring surprising insights that could transform the way you approach disagreements. Stay tuned. Number 4. Master your body. In moments of conflict, your body often betrays your inner tension long before words escape your lips. Tightened shoulders, clenched fists, or shallow, rapid breaths all act as silent messengers, signaling to your brain that you're in fight or flight mode. Unfortunately, this physiological response can amplify emotional conflict, making it harder to think clearly or respond rationally. However, the wisdom of modern Stoicism reminds us that mastering your body is a powerful first step toward mastering your emotions and regaining control of your mind. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic thinker, observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By consciously addressing the physical manifestations of stress, you reclaim the ability to engage from a place of calm and clarity. The first step in mastering your body during an argument is to pause and check in with yourself. Are your muscles tense? Is your posture defensive? These physical cues are like warning lights, signaling that your emotions are escalating. When you recognize these signs, take deliberate action to relax your body. For example, drop your shoulders if they're hunched, unclench your fists if they've tightened, and loosen your jaw if it feels stiff. These seemingly small adjustments send powerful messages to your brain, reminding it that you are not in immediate danger. In doing so, you interrupt the cycle of stress and create space for calmer, more measured responses. Deep breathing is another highly effective way to calm your body and regain control in tense situations. A simple technique involves inhaling deeply through your nose for 4 counts, holding the breath for 4 counts, and then exhaling slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. This practice activates the parasympathetic nervous system, signaling to your body that it's safe and reducing the physical symptoms of stress such as a racing heart or shallow breathing. As you repeat this cycle, you may notice not only a sense of physical calm but also a growing clarity of thought. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Deep breathing helps you create a pause, allowing your reaction to align with reason rather than raw emotion. In addition to managing tension and breathing, your posture plays a significant role in shaping both your internal state and the tone of the interaction. Defensive postures, such as crossing your arms or hunching forward, can unintentionally escalate the conflict by signaling hostility or discomfort. Instead, adopt an open posture. Keep your arms uncrossed, sit or stand tall, and maintain relaxed eye contact. Open body language not only helps you stay physically relaxed, but also creates a non-threatening atmosphere that encourages constructive dialogue. This simple act of shifting your posture can subtly disarm the other person, fostering a sense of mutual respect and reducing the likelihood of the conflict spiraling further. Mastering your body during an argument isn't about suppressing your emotions or pretending to be unaffected. Instead, it's about creating the conditions for emotional clarity and rational engagement. When your body is calm and your physical tension released, your mind is free to focus on what truly matters, listening thoughtfully, responding wisely, and navigating the conversation with grace. This practice embodies the principles of modern Stoicism, which emphasize the importance of self-awareness and self-control in managing life's challenges. By consciously regulating your physical state, you pave the way for a more peaceful and productive resolution to conflict, reinforcing the Stoic ideal of mastering your internal world rather than being a victim of external circumstances. Number 5. Let go of the need to win. In the heat of an argument, have you ever stopped to reflect on why proving yourself right feels so urgent? The desire to win, whether by landing the perfect comeback or having the final word, can be intoxicating in the moment, giving you a fleeting sense of triumph. But as Stoic philosophy teaches us, true strength doesn't come from these shallow victories. Instead, it lies in the ability to keep your emotions in check and focus on what really matters, your peace of mind and the health of your relationships. The need to win often comes with hidden costs, strained connections, broken trust, and unresolved conflicts that linger long after the argument ends. You may silence the other person for now, but the emotional wounds created in the process can deepen resentment and widen the divide. Is it worth it? Stoic secrets remind us that letting go of this need isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of maturity and wisdom. Take a moment to picture a workplace scenario. Jake and Mia, two colleagues working on a tight project deadline, found themselves clashing over how to move forward. Jake was firmly convinced his solution was the only one that made sense, while Mia felt dismissed and ignored. The tension between them escalated, each person digging deeper into their stance. But then Jake did something unexpected. He stopped arguing, took a breath and said, "You might be right. Let's take a step back and figure this out together." That single phrase shifted the entire dynamic. Mia relaxed, and the two were able to collaborate instead of continuing to butt heads. By releasing his need to dominate the conversation, Jake opened the door for mutual understanding and ultimately arrived at a better solution. Have you ever wondered what might change in your own conflicts if you were willing to step back like Jake did? What could happen if you prioritized understanding over proving yourself right? The truth is, the need to win is often driven by ego, our desire to be seen as competent, strong, or superior. But as Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic thinker, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This simple but profound idea challenges us to focus on what we can control, our own mindset and responses. Instead of reacting defensively, try approaching disagreements with curiosity. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this person's point of view? Is there something I might not fully understand? These questions foster humility, a central pillar of Stoic wisdom. Humility doesn't mean backing down or abandoning your values. It means recognizing that your perspective isn't the only one that matters. This mindset transforms arguments from destructive battles into opportunities for growth, connection, and resolution. One powerful tool for shifting away from the need to win is adopting disarming phrases like, "You might be right." This doesn't mean you're conceding your beliefs. Instead, it shows you're open to dialogue and respect the other person's viewpoint. These words create space for empathy and collaboration, easing the tension and encouraging a more constructive conversation. In Stoic terms, it's about focusing on what truly lies within your control, your reactions, your openness, your ability to listen, instead of trying to manipulate how others perceive you. When you release the grip of your ego, you're free to approach disagreements with a sense of calm and purpose. Imagine how much more productive and meaningful your interactions could be if the goal wasn't to win but to understand? How might your relationships change if you shifted your focus from competition to connection? Stoic secrets reveal that arguments aren't about triumph, they're about finding common ground. When you let go of the need to win, you shift your focus from self-validation to fostering understanding. This shift unlocks the potential for personal growth, deeper empathy, and stronger collaboration. The next time you feel your emotions flaring in a disagreement, pause and ask yourself, am I trying to win this argument or am I working toward resolution? By choosing the latter, you safeguard your peace of mind, nurture your relationships, and view conflict as an opportunity to build rather than destroy. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." By releasing the imaginary stakes tied to winning, you free yourself to embrace the real value of understanding. That's the kind of victory worth striving for, the one that leaves both you and those around you better off. What's your top tip for staying calm in an argument? Drop your answer in the comments. Breathe deeply, loosen your posture, or let go of winning. Stick around until the end of the video, where in Part B, we'll share 6 powerful long-term strategies for staying calm during any conflict. Insights you won't want to miss. 6 long-term strategies. Number 1, develop self-awareness. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of emotional control, particularly in moments of conflict. It involves a conscious understanding of how you respond to situations, why you react in certain ways, and how your emotions influence your decisions. When you develop self-awareness, you gain the ability to pause and reflect before reacting impulsively in anger or frustration, creating the space to choose responses that align with your values rather than your instincts. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This timeless wisdom highlights the importance of mastering your internal world to navigate external challenges effectively. By focusing on your own mental state, you can approach arguments with composure and intentionality, reducing the likelihood of escalating tensions. One effective way to cultivate self-awareness is through daily reflection. At the end of each day, take a few moments to review your emotional responses to challenging situations. Journaling can be particularly valuable, as it helps you identify patterns in your triggers and reactions over time. For example, you may notice that certain phrases or tones of voice provoke defensiveness or frustration. Recognizing these patterns allows you to anticipate and prepare for similar scenarios in the future, giving you greater control over your reactions. Another key component of self-awareness is paying attention to physical cues that signal rising stress or anger, such as a racing heartbeat, clenched fists, or shallow breathing. By noticing these signs early, you can implement calming techniques like taking deep breaths or stepping away briefly to collect your thoughts, preventing an emotional outburst. Additionally, self-awareness involves examining the internal stories you create during conflicts. These narratives often influence how you perceive situations and can shape your reactions. For example, if you tell yourself that someone is intentionally disrespecting you, you may approach a discussion defensively, even if their intent was different. Recognizing and questioning these assumptions can help you reframe your perspective and choose a more constructive response. Epictetus, another Stoic thinker, reminds us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." His words emphasize that our interpretations and reactions, not external events, dictate our emotional state. By challenging unhelpful thought patterns, you can avoid being swept away by assumptions and maintain a clear, balanced mindset. Modern Stoicism offers practical guidance for navigating the emotional challenges of daily life. For example, preparing yourself mentally before entering potentially tense conversations can make a significant difference. If you know that a particular topic or person tends to trigger frustration, you can decide in advance how you want to respond and remind yourself to stay grounded. Techniques like mindfulness meditation or visualization can strengthen your ability to remain calm under pressure, helping you stay present and focused during disagreements. This proactive approach embodies the principles of modern Stoicism, which emphasize self-discipline and the importance of inner peace in the face of external chaos. Developing self-awareness also means taking responsibility for your role in conflicts. Rather than blaming others or external circumstances, focus on what you can control, your own thoughts, words, and actions. This shift in mindset not only empowers you, but also sets a positive example for those around you. When you approach disagreements from a place of clarity and accountability, you foster an atmosphere of mutual respect and understanding, making it easier to find resolutions. As Seneca wisely observed, "He who is brave is free." By confronting your own emotional tendencies with courage and honesty, you liberate yourself from the reactive patterns that often drive conflict. Self-awareness is a skill that requires consistent practice and patience. By reflecting on your emotional responses, recognizing physical and mental triggers, and challenging unhelpful narratives, you can develop the emotional resilience needed to navigate arguments with grace and composure. In doing so, you not only gain better control over your emotions, but also cultivate stronger, more harmonious relationships. By anchoring your actions in the principles of modern Stoicism, you can transform even the most challenging interactions into opportunities for growth, understanding, and meaningful connection. Number 2, build positive communication habits. Staying calm during an argument often hinges on how effectively you communicate, and fostering positive communication habits is one of the most powerful ways to maintain peace and mutual respect. The way we express ourselves can either de-escalate tension or intensify conflict, making it essential to choose words and tone with care. Modern Stoicism teaches us the value of intentional and respectful communication, echoing Epictetus's wisdom. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This principle reminds us that in the heat of disagreement, listening and expressing ourselves constructively are tools of strength, not weakness. Avoiding accusatory or harsh language prevents defensiveness from taking root and creates an atmosphere where understanding can flourish. For example, saying, "I feel unheard when I'm speaking," instead of, "You never listen to me," shifts the focus from blame to a personal experience, opening the door for collaborative resolution rather than defensiveness. Positive communication also thrives on the use of gratitude and humility, especially during disagreements. Simple phrases like "thank you" or "I'm sorry" can be transformative. Acknowledging your own mistakes or expressing appreciation for the other person's perspective demonstrates emotional maturity and respect. While it might feel counterintuitive in the heat of an argument, these gestures signal that the conversation isn't a battlefield, but a space for mutual growth. Imagine starting a difficult discussion with a genuine compliment or an expression of gratitude. "I appreciate how much you care about this issue." This small act can soften the tone, making the other person feel valued and reducing their instinct to defend or attack. Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations wisely noted, "Kindness is invincible." This Stoic insight reminds us that kindness, even in conflict, is a strength that builds bridges rather than walls. Another vital component of effective communication is mastering the art of the pause. When emotions run high, impulsive responses can inflame an argument or lead to regret. Pausing to collect your thoughts, through a deep breath or a moment of reflection, helps ensure that your response is measured and thoughtful. This aligns with the Stoic practice of responding rather than reacting, reinforcing the idea that our words should reflect our values, not our fleeting emotions. During this pause, consider framing your feedback in a neutral, non-judgmental way. For instance, replacing "you always do this" with "I feel frustrated when this happens" not only diffuses blame but also invites problem-solving rather than further conflict. Modern Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control, our words and demeanor, rather than trying to dominate or change the other person, a shift that can transform the tone of any discussion. Humor, when used appropriately, is another underrated tool in fostering positive communication. A lighthearted, well-timed joke can break the tension and remind everyone involved that we're all human. This doesn't mean dismissing the seriousness of the conversation, but rather using humor to diffuse hostility and create a more collaborative atmosphere. Laughter can be a shared moment of connection, helping both parties see the situation from a less adversarial perspective. As Seneca aptly said, "A good character is the only guarantee of everlasting, carefree happiness." Humor reflects not just wit, but also emotional intelligence, showing that we can handle disagreements without being consumed by them. By intentionally cultivating these positive communication habits, you can navigate disagreements with grace and respect, transforming arguments into opportunities for growth and understanding. These practices are not just about keeping the peace. They also set the stage for deeper connections and more constructive solutions. In the spirit of modern Stoicism, remember that how you communicate in moments of tension is a reflection of your inner discipline and wisdom. Choosing kindness, patience, and thoughtfulness ensures that even the most difficult conversations can lead to resolution rather than resentment, strengthening both your relationships and your character. Number 3. Grow emotional intelligence, EQ. Have you ever found yourself in the middle of an argument, feeling your emotions rising, and wondered how you might stay calm instead of reacting impulsively? This is where the power of emotional intelligence, EQ, becomes invaluable. EQ is your ability to recognize, understand, and manage both your own emotions and the emotions of others, and it's a cornerstone for maintaining your composure during heated exchanges. Think of it as a muscle that grows stronger with practice, allowing you to navigate conflicts with empathy and self-control. The first step in building EQ is understanding your own emotions. Are you frustrated, hurt, or maybe just overwhelmed? Naming what you feel helps you take the reins instead of letting emotions dictate your actions. The Stoic secrets remind us that clarity about our inner state is essential for mastering our reactions. How often do you pause to ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? But EQ doesn't stop with understanding yourself. It's also about tuning into others. Pay attention to the nonverbal cues during an argument, like body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions. These signals often reveal emotions the other person may not be saying outright. Recognizing these emotional cues allows you to respond with empathy rather than defensiveness. Imagine being in a disagreement with a close friend who suddenly crosses their arms and lowers their voice. Instead of escalating the tension, you might say, "It seems like you're upset. Can we talk about what's really bothering you?" This shift from reaction to understanding can completely change the dynamic of the conversation. Have you ever considered how different your arguments might feel if you focused less on your rebuttal and more on their perspective? Empathy is at the heart of EQ and one of the most powerful tools for calming arguments. By placing yourself in the other person's shoes, you show that their feelings matter, even if you don't agree with their point of view. This doesn't mean surrendering your own perspective, but rather finding common ground that fosters connection instead of division. A recent example comes to mind: a father and daughter clashing over career choices. The father was adamant about his expectations, but when he paused to ask why his daughter felt so strongly, she opened up about her dreams and fears. By practicing empathy, the father shifted from criticism to support, turning a potential fallout into an opportunity for growth. Could empathy help you transform your own conflicts into moments of connection? Another vital component of EQ is self-regulation, the ability to manage your emotional responses instead of letting them control you. This can be especially difficult in the heat of an argument, where frustration or anger may feel overpowering. Self-regulation doesn't mean suppressing emotions. It means channeling them constructively. Techniques like mindfulness, deep breathing, or simply taking a pause before responding can help you remain calm and clear-headed. Think about the last time you lost your temper during a disagreement. How might the outcome have been different if you had taken a moment to breathe and reflect? The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This timeless wisdom highlights the importance of choosing your response, even in the most challenging situations. Finally, growing your EQ means practicing forgiveness for both yourself and others. Holding on to grudges or resentment only serves to amplify negative emotions and hinder resolution. Letting go of past hurts creates the emotional space needed to move forward. Imagine arguing with a coworker over a missed deadline. Instead of harboring resentment, what if you chose to forgive their mistake and refocus on finding a solution? This act of forgiveness not only improves the relationship, but also restores your own peace of mind. Have you ever thought about how much lighter you'd feel if you let go of the emotional baggage that keeps you tied to conflict? Developing emotional intelligence is a journey, not a destination, but it's one of the most valuable skills you can cultivate. By recognizing your emotions, empathizing with others, practicing self-regulation, and embracing forgiveness, you gain the tools to stay calm and composed in any argument. The next time you find yourself on the verge of losing control, ask yourself, am I reacting or am I responding? This simple question can help you realign with your higher self and focus on what truly matters: resolution, understanding, and growth. As Stoic secrets teach us, mastery over our emotions is not only the path to staying calm in disagreements, but also the key to living a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Do you believe that developing self-awareness can help you stay calm during arguments? Let us know in the comments. Yes. Absolute. Number 4. Cultivate patience. Patience is an essential skill for maintaining emotional control during arguments, as it serves as a buffer against the impulsive reactions that often escalate conflicts. Many disagreements intensify because we crave immediate solutions or feel the need to assert our points without delay. However, reacting impulsively or rushing to a resolution often creates more misunderstandings and tension. Cultivating patience means embracing the natural flow of a conversation, even if it takes time, and resisting the urge to force an immediate outcome. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely observed, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. This reminds us that clarity and progress often require us to pause, reflect, and approach situations with calm deliberation. A practical way to build patience is through regular mindfulness meditation, which trains the mind to focus on the present moment and observe thoughts without immediate reaction. This practice can be transformative in arguments, as it helps you recognize and regulate your emotions before they spiral out of control. By integrating moments of stillness into your daily routine, you can condition yourself to pause and respond thoughtfully, even in the heat of conflict. For example, during a heated discussion, simply taking a deep breath and allowing a moment of silence can prevent you from saying something rash or hurtful. This kind of mindfulness aligns perfectly with the teachings of modern Stoicism, which emphasize self-mastery and intentional action over impulsive reactions. It's equally important to accept that change and resolution often require time. In most disagreements, expecting an immediate agreement or perfect solution is unrealistic and counterproductive. Understanding that patience is part of the process allows you to stay calm, even when the conversation feels unresolved. This mindset is particularly valuable in relationships where trust and mutual understanding grow gradually over time. As Marcus Aurelius advised, you must become an old man in good time if you would be a young man long. This quote encourages us to appreciate the value of slow, deliberate progress rather than seeking instant gratification, especially in emotionally charged interactions. Patience also involves giving others the time and space they need to fully express themselves. Rather than interrupting or preemptively forming your rebuttal, commit to active listening without judgment. This practice not only fosters respect, but also deepens your understanding of the other person's perspective, which is essential for finding common ground. For example, if someone expresses frustration, instead of immediately defending yourself, patiently listen to uncover the root of their feelings. Allowing others to feel heard often diffuses tension and creates a more collaborative environment for problem solving. The ability to listen patiently reflects the Stoic ideal of focusing on what you can control, your own behavior, while letting go of the need to dominate the conversation. Equally important is practicing patience with yourself. During arguments, it's easy to feel pressure to respond perfectly or to resolve the issue on the spot, which can lead to unnecessary stress. Remind yourself that disagreements are a natural part of relationships and that it's okay to take your time to process your thoughts. Modern Stoicism encourages us to accept imperfections, both in ourselves and others, as part of the human experience. By showing yourself the same patience you extend to others, you create a more compassionate and constructive space for resolving conflicts. Seneca's observation, "Time discovers truth," beautifully illustrates the idea that clarity and solutions often emerge only after allowing things to unfold naturally. In cultivating patience, you not only maintain your composure, but also foster an environment of mutual respect and understanding. Patience helps you remain present in the moment, giving you the clarity to focus on the bigger picture rather than becoming entangled in emotional reactions. Whether it's through mindfulness, active listening, or self-compassion, the ability to practice patience transforms arguments from confrontations into opportunities for growth and connection. By integrating these principles of modern Stoicism into your interactions, you can navigate conflicts with grace, build stronger relationships, and create lasting solutions rooted in empathy and understanding. Number 5. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness, the art of being fully present and engaged in the current moment without judgment, is a powerful antidote to the chaos of arguments. By anchoring yourself in the present, you free your mind from the weight of past grievances and anxieties about the future, which often fuel emotional reactions during conflicts. Modern Stoicism emphasizes the importance of such presence, reminding us of Epictetus's wisdom. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. This speaks to letting go of ego and external distractions, focusing instead on the clarity of the moment. A simple yet effective way to practice mindfulness in an argument is through mindful breathing. When tension rises, pause and take a deep breath. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale slowly for 6. As you focus on the physical sensation of breathing, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, calming your body and signaling to your brain that the situation is manageable. This deliberate act shifts your attention from the intensity of the argument to the steadiness of the present. Mindfulness extends beyond conflict resolution and can be cultivated through everyday practices that sharpen your ability to remain present. For instance, mindful eating may seem unrelated to managing arguments, yet it builds the essential habit of paying close attention to details. When you savor the taste, texture, and aroma of your food without distractions, you strengthen your capacity for focus and presence. This same skill translates into conversations, allowing you to truly hear and process what the other person is saying without rushing to react. To make mindfulness a daily practice, consider integrating meditation apps or guided exercises into your routine. These tools help you develop relaxation techniques and awareness that you can draw upon even in the midst of a busy or stressful day, reinforcing the principles of modern Stoicism. By cultivating discipline and self-control, spending time in nature is another valuable way to deepen mindfulness and reset your emotional state. A simple walk through a park, or even around your neighborhood, provides an opportunity to reconnect with the present moment. The sights, sounds, and smells of nature act as grounding forces, pulling your attention away from overwhelming thoughts and back to the simplicity of the here and now. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Nature reminds us of the abundance already around us, helping us approach conflict with a clearer, more balanced mindset. By making time for these quiet moments, you cultivate an inner calm that can be carried into any argument or challenging situation. Mindfulness also involves cultivating body awareness, which is crucial during stressful conversations. Pay attention to physical signs of tension, such as tight shoulders, clenched fists, or shallow breathing, as these can indicate that your emotions are escalating. Recognizing these signals early gives you the chance to recalibrate before your stress takes over. Relax your muscles, take a deep breath, and consciously release any physical tension. This act of self-awareness not only helps calm your body but also prevents reactive behavior, allowing you to approach the conversation with greater composure and intentionality. To truly embrace mindfulness, set aside at least 10 minutes a day for silent reflection. This could be journaling, meditation, or simply sitting quietly. Such practices will enhance your ability to be present in discussions by training your mind to focus and observe without judgment. As you deepen this practice, you will notice a greater sense of calm and clarity, even in the most difficult situations. Extend this mindfulness to everyday tasks, whether driving, cleaning, or having a casual conversation, as these moments are opportunities to build resilience and remain centered regardless of external circumstances. By practicing mindfulness consistently, you develop a profound ability to manage emotions during arguments, transforming moments of tension into opportunities for understanding and connection, and embodying the enduring wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Number 6. Balance work and life. Finding balance between work and life is not just a nice to have. It's essential for maintaining your emotional well-being and staying calm during disagreements. Imagine constantly juggling work emails late into the night or feeling pulled in every direction by commitments. It's no wonder emotions run high in such situations, leaving you more likely to snap during an argument. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of maintaining harmony in your life, and one of the most effective ways to do this is by setting clear boundaries between your work hours and personal time. If work consistently invades your personal life, it drains your energy, making you less patient and more reactive when conflicts arise. Have you ever noticed how much calmer and more focused you feel after a weekend truly unplugged? It's a reminder that boundaries are not barriers. They're bridges to better emotional balance. A critical part of this balance is learning to say no when your plate is already full. Many of us struggle with overcommitting because we fear letting others down, but taking on too much leaves you stressed and burnt out, making it difficult to manage emotions when tensions rise. Saying no isn't selfish. It's self-preservation. Think of it this way. By conserving your energy for the tasks and relationships that truly matter, you're better equipped to handle challenges with grace and composure. Imagine Sarah, a young professional who always said yes to extra work, only to find herself snapping at her partner over minor disagreements at home. It wasn't until she started setting boundaries, politely declining unnecessary requests and reserving evenings for herself, that she regained her sense of control and harmony. Could saying no more often help you protect your peace of mind too? Relationships are another cornerstone of emotional balance, and prioritizing meaningful connections with family, friends, or a partner can help you build resilience against stress. These bonds act as your emotional support system, offering understanding and comfort when life feels overwhelming. But nurturing these relationships requires intentional effort, like carving out uninterrupted time with loved ones, time free from the distractions of work or devices. Imagine spending a Saturday fully present with your kids, laughing over a board game or exploring a local park. These moments not only strengthen your connections, but also replenish your emotional reserves, helping you approach arguments with greater empathy and patience. How often do you set aside time to truly connect with the people who matter most? Another crucial aspect of balance is taking regular breaks, both during the workday and in your broader routine. Working nonstop leads to irritability and exhaustion, making it harder to stay composed during disagreements. Even short breaks, a 5-minute walk, a quick stretch, or a few deep breaths, can reset your mind and body, releasing tension before it spills into your interactions with others. And let's not forget the power of physical activity. Exercise, whether it's a brisk walk, yoga, or hitting the gym, helps release pent-up stress and stimulates endorphins, the body's natural mood elevators. A strong body supports a calm mind, and this emotional resilience carries over into how you handle challenging conversations. Have you ever noticed how much clearer your thoughts feel after a workout? Hobbies and downtime are equally important in fostering balance. Whether it's painting, gardening, or cooking, engaging in activities you love helps you unwind and reconnect with yourself. These moments of joy and creativity provide a mental escape from the pressures of work and life, giving you the space to approach disagreements with a calm, refreshed perspective. And if you've ever caught yourself endlessly scrolling through emails or social media during your supposed downtime, you know how draining it can be. Disconnecting from devices, even for a couple of hours, allows your mind to truly rest and helps you stay present with yourself and those around you. When was the last time you fully unplugged and felt the difference? Balancing work and life is about consciously prioritizing what nourishes your emotional well-being. It's about sharing responsibilities with others, celebrating your accomplishments, and giving yourself permission to pause and recharge. Stoic secrets remind us that balance is key to maintaining perspective and keeping our emotions in check. Life is not about grinding endlessly, but about finding harmony between your responsibilities, your relationships, and your self-care. By creating this balance, you'll approach conflicts with clarity, patience, and a steady mind, turning potential arguments into opportunities for understanding and growth. Ask yourself, what can I do today to bring a little more balance into my life? The answer could be the first step toward transforming not only how. Thank you for watching. Remember, arguments don't have to feel like battles. By staying calm and using these Stoic-inspired strategies, you can build stronger connections and foster better understanding in your relationships. Start practicing these habits today to take control of your emotions and handle disagreements with clarity and confidence. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos filled with insights to help you live a more balanced and purposeful life. See you next time.